Hey everyone, it's Aislinn here, and this is going to be the start of my Dewey's 24-hour readathon vlog. It's actually the night before, but the readathon starts at 5 a.m. my local time, and I am not going to be coherent at that time in the morning to worry about vloggy things, so I'm actually going to just jump into a little bit of my plans for the start of the readathon, provided I don't fall back asleep, which is a very real possibility. So yeah, I'm going to start off with Crimson Queen by Alec Hudson. I will put a picture somewhere here. There is actually a bingo card that was released on the Dewey's 24-hour readathon Twitter. So it actually meant I had to add a book because it's got a couple different formats. And I figured, you know what, I realized I should probably have an audiobook on hand. I know technically physical book and ebook are technically different formats, but I tend to think of them as the same format, book form. So I thought, you know what, I'll throw an audiobook in there because it's listening words, not I words. And that'll free me up in case I want to do some crafting or something tomorrow. I'll have an audiobook I can jump into. The audiobook I chose was A Deadly Education by Naomi Kovac. Again, I'll put a picture in here somewhere. Tomorrow morning, plan to get up, get myself a coffee, get settled into my reading spot, and yeah, I'll start on Crimson Queen, and then probably, a few hours in, do the next clip and let you know where I am. So that's it for now. I have all the snacks and everything prepped. I did all my prep work today, so except for dinner with the family tomorrow, there's really no other plans or obligations, so there should be no reason I shouldn't be able to do the full 24 hours and work on my bingo sheet. I doubt I'll get a bingo, but what the heck, it's fun. Anyway, that's it for now. See you guys in the morning. Bye. It's Aislinn here. We are now 9:30 in the morning on October 24th. We are about 4.5 hours into Dewey's 24-hour readathon. I started off relatively strong this morning. I got about an hour in between 5 and 6, and then I fell asleep, so woke up about 8, and I've been reading about the last hour and a half. So now I am going to take a minor break. I'm going to go get something to eat, feed my dogs, get some caffeine, and I jump back into it. I am so far at 20% reading Crimson Queen on my Kindle by Alec Hudson. I am really enjoying it. It's fairly fast-paced. Not a whole lot has happened plot-wise, but it is the first book in a series, so I don't really expect a whole lot to happen plot-wise. Kind of more expect the setup, and that's what's a lot of been happening right now, is setup and world building and introducing all the characters, but it's done in a way that it doesn't feel like it's dragging on. Like it's fairly fast-paced. So we'll see how that continues to go. Hopefully it doesn't bog down at all. And that's about it for this clip, so I'll see you guys in a few hours. Bye! Hello everyone, it's Aislinn here. It is 1 p.m. my local time, which is start of hour 8 for Dewey's 24-hour readathon. So far I am halfway through Crimson Queen. I'm struggling a little bit with this one now. It's got great characters, really good world development happening, but there doesn't seem to be a whole much in the way of plot. It just seems to be a whole lot of character backgrounds, characters, like what they're doing, their role, but not really a whole lot cohesiveness of what this all means for the story as a whole. So I might continue on with it, or I might swap over to an audiobook. I'm actually finding myself fading fast when I'm reading it. It's kind of getting to a point now where I'm getting kind of sleepy. So maybe that's also why maybe I'm not absorbing something. Oh gosh, I got a headband and it makes my hair all funny. So yeah, I haven't decided. I think I'm going to probably give it a few more pages, and then I might move on to something a little bit faster paced, at least for now. I might come back to it later. But yeah, I might move on to my audiobook, or maybe one of my other books. I haven't decided yet, but anyway, almost lunchtime, so I'm gonna go think about what I want to heat up for lunch, and then I'll decide on this book at that time. So yeah, that's all right. It's almost 3 p.m. here, my local time, which means hour 10 of Dewey's 24-hour readathon. I decided to move on to Naomi Novak's Deadly Education. Well, I did some crafting and some puttering around the house, trying to get some energy up. Overall, it's been a very lazy day today. I may do this for another hour or two and then try and sit down and pick up a book again. I haven't decided if I'm going to go back to Crimson Queen, or if I might save that for after the readathon and move on to one of the other hardcovers I've got. So far, I have like an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes into Deadly Education, and I'm really enjoying it so far. It's very dark, very morbid. Yeah, so don't recommend it if you are sensitive to that kind of thing. It's not as dark as like a grimdark fantasy, but it is on the darker side. It has to do with dark witches and wizards. So there you go. Take from that what you will. But yeah, so that's where that is. Probably gonna take a bit of a break to get a bit of a stretch and a walk in, and then come back to this, and in a couple hours I'll decide if I'm staying with it or if I'm gonna sit down and open up another physical book. So yeah, that's it for this one. Check back with you later. Hey there, we're coming into 6 p.m. I'm just got out of the bath. I'm about to head out to dinner with the family. Got a bit of an occasion going on, so then I'll be back. I have been a complete squirrel this afternoon, so I thought switching over to an audiobook would help. I thought maybe it was The Crimson Queen that I was not able to focus on, so I switched over to Deadly Education. Both are really good books, even Deadly Education, very good book. I just can't focus on it, so I'm not ready to say the readathon is a wash, but I'm definitely probably not going to finish a book this readathon. For now, I have swapped over because my phone died, and that's where all my audiobooks are. I have swapped over to Grim Lovelies by Megan Shepherd, and this one is holding my attention a lot better. So we'll see what the next few hours brings. We'll see how long dinner takes me. I'm about 53 pages in. So yeah, we'll see where that is later. Anyway, catch you in the next update. Hey everyone, it's Iceland here. So we are at midnight my local time, which means there's 5 hours left to Dewey's 24-hour readathon. I did take about an hour, I believe it might have been closer to an hour and 20 minutes, but roughly about an hour nap. I just needed the energy, and I'm not as young as I used to be. I can't pull up 24 hours straight stretch. So anyway, I've just woken up, gotten all changed up, ready for bed here. I'm gonna go get very comfortable in front of a ASMR fireplace and get myself a cup of hot chocolate and settle in for hopefully the next 5 hours. We'll see how far I make it. I am halfway through Grim Lovelies right now. This has actually been the 3 books that I've started this readathon, and this one's kept my attention the most, so should, as long as I can stay awake, definitely get this done by the end of the readathon, so that'll be 1 book finished. After I finish it, if there's still time left and I'm still coherent enough, I'll probably go back to Crimson Queen, because I'm halfway through it as well, and I might be able to get it done by the end of the readathon, so that'll be 2 books finished for me, excuse me, today. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm not going to vlog anymore. My next video or next clip will be my wrap-up, where I'll share my bingo sheet and everything. Hello there, Heiselin here. Okay, so this is my Dewey's 24-hour readathon wrap-up. I managed to finish 2 books, actually. I finished Grim Lovelies by Megan Shepherd, and I did manage to finish The Crimson Queen by Alec Hudson. So it's a total of, I believe it was 775 pages. Crimson Queen was 400 pages, and then Grim Lovelies was 375. So I got this far in the bingo board. I got 1 bingo. Oh, I can't really get it into frame. That's this column right here. So that column was to read a book with a supernatural element. That was Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. It was read 1 hour during the day and 1 hour at night, which for me, the readathon started at like 5 in the morning, and our sun doesn't rise till like 10. So yeah, I got more than an hour at night and more than an hour in during the day. Participate in 2 reading sprints, which I also did. Read a book new to your TBR in the last year. That was Crimson Queen. I actually only bought that a couple months ago. And then it says a book where the total page count has a 1 or 3. And Grim Lovelies had 375 pages. So that's the 3 that fulfills that. Yeah, that was pretty much it. I mean, I could go over the whole thing, but I'm not going to. That's the bingo. And that's pretty much where that wrapped up. Final thoughts. Crimson Queen, I actually ended up really liking the second half a lot better than the first half. The first half was very good, don't get me wrong. It had a lot of character building, a lot of character introduction, world building. It was really good for setting up, which, with how the story went in the second half of the book, you needed that build up. It's a slow burn. I don't mind a slow burn book when it's well done, and this was definitely well done. If you don't like slow burn starts, I wouldn't recommend it, but if you are like me and you don't care about that kind of thing, I did struggle with it, as mentioned in my previous clip, but I think that probably had more to do with my mood than with the actual book itself, especially because it did have that very strong second half, where everything finally started to, the plot became clearer, the characters' roles and how it meant for the ensemble together became clear. Then it really took everything it had just built upon and, you know, actually tied it up in a decent way. I do believe it is a series, so I'm not going to get into the ending, but I did like the way it ended. Definitely going to continue on with that series as more of those books become available. Grim Lovelies was kind of strong throughout. It's a YA, so I certainly don't expect it to be on the world building or character building level of, say, something like Crimson Queen, which is an adult fantasy. But for what it was, definitely I recommend it. It's a good, strong read. It's got a cast of characters that you really you can really absorb into. As usual, my favorite characters are the secondary characters, so Cricket really made this book for me. I adore Cricket. And it had strong bad guys. The plot was cohesive. The story itself was kind of simple, but like I said, this is a YA book. I certainly don't expect it to be complex on the level of, say, an adult book. So yeah, I do recommend this if you want something. It's not really a spooky read, but it definitely, because it has to do with dark witches and kind of their control over the world, and it's got to do with, you know, cursed animals and that. Yeah, I would probably recommend it. This was an easy, you know, 3.75, 4-star read for me. Crimson Queen was an easy 4-star, just kind of landslide there. I rarely give 5 stars, so anything that's like a 3.5 to a 4 is usually really good for me and usually pretty generous. So yeah, that is how my readathon ended. Overall, I am happy with my progress. I had a personal goal of reading 3. I only got 2, so I failed that, but I did get a bingo, one of the columns in the bingo sheet done. So yeah, that's enough rambling. That's where it is for now, and I'll be back with my Halloween vlog, which should be all spooky books, hopefully, if I've chosen them right. And by then, maybe I'll have Deadly Education done, and I'll let you know what the ultimate decision or what the ultimate thoughts on that are. And that's it for now. Bye!